Hotepu gatekeepers and our allies. This is His Royal Majesty King Ra Smubafagbemi, the world's first openly African black gay king. And the function of a king is to nourish and to protect his people. And today I do so by initiating you into the next lunar deity of the month. We determine the god or the science of the month. There are no gods in Egypt, only sciences, by where the moon's location is when it's full. And on December 13th, 2016, if you look in the sky, the full moon will be in front of the stars of the bull of Taurus, here. Each month represents a virtue that your ka, or your soul, or your inner child, is ready to learn. It's the high tide of a science that your subconscious mind wants to perfect. And this was our way of civilizing our citizens. It's my way of civilizing my gay community on a global level, because the full moon happens for all people around the world in the same sign. That's globally universal. The science of the bull we encoded as this god here, Ahi. Ahi, the god of music and joy. This is the month of joy. This is the month for you to remember the power of laughter. Once a year, at the same time of the year when the full eye or the full moon opens in the bull, Ahi awakens in your subconscious mind, the collective unconscious, and it's 30 days of practicing laughter, smiling, joy. Now you see here Ahi. Well, first of all, let's mention Ahi. We call him in the golden beetle system. He's also called Heteru, can be used for the bull, or Nebethet, or Oshun, or Madame Erzouli in different traditions. Oshun is Yoruba, and Madame Erzouli is Vodun. They're all the same basic science. We choose in the golden beetle Ahi because I have found the most success with him in terms of people becoming enlightened about joy. He's the god of music and harmony. So what is music and harmony? It's sweet vibrations and good excitations, as the song from the Beach Boys goes. It is the science of how to organize sonic structures, vibrations, in a balanced, harmonic way. Music is a code for balancing of harmony structures, as in music. But your breathing can also be made musical, balanced in a certain way that's like music. A piece of art can be composed in a way that's beautifully composed, like a composition of music. A marriage, your bank account, your friendships can be made into harmony. So they make a beautiful sound, a musical relationship, a musical beauty between you and your mate. We use the phrase making beautiful music together between two people. That phrase is not metaphoric to us, it's quite literal. And the way you make that harmony is by understanding each other's charts, what's called synastry astrology. So he holds in his hand a magic wand, or an instrument called the sheshe. It's where the Yoruba and more West African shekere comes from, the Egyptian sheshe. And there is a word of power in Yoruba called ashe. It is the sound that gives power. Well, this instrument can also be called the ashe-ashe, the ashe-ashe, the giver of power doubly so. So it's a kind of handheld tambourine of sorts. Inside of this area here would be 3 little cymbals, little castanet type things that would rattle. And this wand was used to remove evil spirits from around you, meaning depression and sadness and feeling of loss. And you would shake this instrument and invoke the signs of joy, or the signs of Ahi. You would sing beautiful songs, beautiful music would be played to lift your spirits, to brighten your day, and to give you a rush of endorphins and dopamine. And if you look at this resonator here, it actually resembles the ear, quite literally. Here we have the spirals of the ear, yes, which are the cochlea of the ear, which enable us to hear pitches and sounds. Okay, and the cubic shape of this resonator actually resembles, in a fractal self-similar way, the shape of the inner ear. Yes, the three circular canals of the inner ear. And it's through those three circular canals that we're able to distinguish between space and volume. That's why when you spin around, the fluid in there gets kind of swirling and you get dizzy. You lose your sense of space and volume. Okay? So, we see here the curly locks of his mother, who is Het Heru. And you see here one of the carvings of her with these curly locks here. This wave here of hair. This is a picture of the crown chakra, one of its forms. And notice, it resembles a woman's wig. In Kemet, those big lavish wigs meant this, the 50 chakras enlightened on the crown of your head, the crown chakra awakened. So here she wears the crown chakra curl. The word kundalini, kundal, in Sanskrit means a curl or a coil, the coiled serpent of kundalini, the coiling of her hair, the kind of coiling of the awakened crown chakra. So the point is that he's awakened his crown chakra. He's become enlightened. He's the way of enlightenment through beauty and music, through sweet vibrations and good excitations. Okay? So during this month, you have an assignment. You have an assignment to laugh, laugh, laugh. This is the month of laugh magic. And Ahi is the science of laughter and joy. And here we see a beautiful mother and child, and the baby smiling and joyous. Just enjoy the image. It lifts you up to think about it. How cute the baby is, and what they're probably looking at, and they're just feeling happy. Well, what's happening to you is a lot when you look at that image. It's endorphins, dopamine, all kinds of good chemicals, detoxifications going on in your body. And so we do laughter for 30 days. And there's a science to this, because when you laugh, these are called bandhas. You see the word bandha, bandha, bandha. It's a yoga phrase, which means a binding or a lock. When you laugh, you actually pump this area here called the Uddiyana Bandha area, which is the pneumogastric nerve. When you laugh, a good hearty laugh from the gut, not from the lungs, but from the gut, the laughter massages all your internal organs. It stimulates the pneumogastric nerve, which sends a reflex to the parasympathetic nervous system, which also sends a reflex to the cerebral cortex, the frontal lobe of the brain, making you clear-headed and bright of thought and optimistic. Okay? And there is something here called Mula Bandha, which is the point of the perineum. And when you squeeze the perineum a lot, like if you think of a thought right now, the perineum is the muscle you squeeze when you're going to urinate midstream to stop it. That muscle you squeeze, just think of $1 million in your mind right now. Squeeze perineum, pump, 1, 2. You're feeling a rush, a kind of woo, kind of excitation. Okay, when you pump the perineum, it's Ahi's drum beat with the perineal muscle. By making it do a drum beat, you're creating a kind of joyous music in your system. You also use this muscle when you have an orgasm. To actually have orgasm, you squeeze that muscle. So that little tiny controlled contraction of the perineum is a kind of controlled orgasm, like an itty-bitty orgasm. And we have the word of power for laughter, which people do around the world instinctively. Ha 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 ha. Okay, not so much the ho ho ho. That's a different word of power, but it's the ha ha I want to focus on. And this sound, again, if you do ha 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 ha, notice your stomach. You're doing Uddiyana Bandha. You're pumping the navel back and forth, back and forth. You inhale, pregnant belly, exhale, navel goes back towards spine. Inhale, pregnant belly, exhale, belly, navel goes back to spine. So the word of power stimulates the Uddiyana Bandha, which stimulates the frontal lobe of the brain, all kinds of wonderful things are happening here. Okay? So we see here the benefits of laughter. Okay? One good belly laugh a day burns about 3.5 calories. Okay? Gelotology is the study of humor and laughter. There's a science to this, of course. It's called ahi and heteru. Healthy people laugh 100 to 400 times a day if you're healthy. If you're depressed, mess, you don't do this. You don't laugh this much. But we can fix it by just laughing, which is about 2,800 times a week or 146,000 times a year. It's a lot of endorphins. The sound of laughter is not associated with any one language, meaning it's a universal sound. Ha 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 ha. That word of power. Most people can't laugh on command, and laughter is said to improve alertness, creativity, and memory. All things of creative people, artists, and that kind of thing. In groups, women laugh more than men as a rule. So this is just a little bit of information that laughter is a science, and you should use it for 30 days. And here's your assignment. Whatever is bothering you, make a list. I don't care how long or short it may be. Make a list. Please write it down in your, what we call your spiritual notebook, of things bothering you in your life. People, places, things, events. Okay? It could be your bank account, or your boyfriend, or your family, or your car, whatever it is. Or it could be a backache. Write all that down. This is bothering my spirit. Okay? Then I want you to laugh for 1 minute for each of those things every day. So if you have a list of 10 things on your list, you're going to laugh for 10 minutes. You're going to laugh at your backache. You're going to laugh at, and I mean at it. Laugh at your financial problem. Laugh at your marriage problem. Laugh at your problem at school. Whatever. Laugh at it. Once you laugh at something, it loses power to control you and to darken your world. And you're going to laugh the way I told you. Inhale, pregnant belly. Exhale, flat belly. Inhale, pregnant belly. Exhale, flat belly. A real gut laugh, a real belly laugh. Now, I want you to laugh at least, if you can, really 10 minutes each day. So if you only have 5 things, laugh for 2 minutes for each of those things. You get the idea of the math. Okay? And anything through your day, even on your list, someone cutting you off when you're driving, or someone cutting in front of the line at the grocery market, whatever. I would like you to try something wild and crazy. Instead of getting angry, just for this month, you can get angry next month perhaps, but for this month, laugh at it. Oh, he cut me off, laugh at it. Really, belly laugh. Ha 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 ha. Use the word of power, ha. Ha 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 ha. Or they cut in front of me in line, ha 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 ha. Okay? Last month was the month of Hirokohuti, the month of the warrior, of fighting and standing up for yourself. That was a 30-day lesson of the Ka, or the subconscious inner child. The collective unconscious of the world right now is one of laughter. Laughing it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Laugh it off. You will find you relax. You find ways of solving it. You reconcile it more graciously. And it's not so bad. That's your assignment. Make your list. Check it twice. Laugh, laugh, laugh. So it looks nice. Okay? And do on this video below email me, or not email me, I'm sorry, make comments on your results, what's happening, how the things you're laughing at aren't so big, aren't so scary, aren't so overwhelming anymore, that you're actually able to manage them. And through that, we find the joy of Ahi and the enlightenment about that situation that comes in the crown chakra enlightenment through laughing it off. I dare you to laugh, laugh your head off until your head becomes a crowned chakra one with a great big Egyptian wig. Enjoy this month, Dwawend Hotepu.